Today's theme is Shri, and it means boundless beauty or life-affirming goodness. So we're going to unpack that as we open in this supported back bend. Bring one block at its medium height, one block at its highest height. You'll, you'll lie down on these two blocks, one hitting you at the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, the other right at the center back of the skull. I'd like you to keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor. If this is too intense, you'll turn both blocks down 1 degree. So the one at the bottom tips of the shoulder blades would be at the lowest height. The one behind your head would be at a medium height. If you don't have blocks, lie down on your back with the soles of your feet together and your knees wide apart and take a cactus shape in your arms. Start to breathe deeply here. So Shri is a description of the energy that makes up the essence of all things manifest. No big deal, just that. And it is an unstoppable force. It will stop at nothing to express itself. It needs to be expressed. This is in everything. This is in you, it's in me, it's in all the plants, all the animals, it's in everything that has consciousness and is manifest. So the best example of Shri, make sure you're breathing really deeply into the center of your chest, is when you're walking down an urban sidewalk, and inevitably the earth has broken through and created cracks in the sidewalk, and it expresses itself through those cracks as grass, as weeds, as flowers, and that is Shri at work. So that no matter how much concrete is poured on the earth, it will always express itself. And we are the same, no matter how much proverbial concrete we have put on ourselves. The life force, the energetic, the prana, the energy that makes up the essence of who you are will stop at nothing. It will fight to be expressed. So that's the good news. When we do things like create opening in parts of the body where there's a lot of that concrete, like the shoulders, we create an open channel to allow that essence to break through. So we're going to work shoulder loop meticulously today, since that's where most of us have a lot of our tension. Make sure your breath is full, deep ujjayi. Stretch your arms straight up toward the ceiling. And imagine you had a block in your hands. Reach the block up toward the ceiling so the shoulder blades separate, and then hug the shoulder blades on your back like you're pulling the block toward you, but keep your arms straight. So there's 3 elements to shoulder loop. One is that the sides of the waist get nice and long. That happens with the breath. And in this position, you're propped in that lengthening side waist. Arm bones back, which you just did, is number 2. Number 3 is bottom tips of the shoulder blades pressing forward toward the heart, which the block is doing for you right now. Stretch the arms over your head and feel that at work a bit more. Bend your elbows out to the sides, coming into a cactus shape, and tilt the elbows up and the fingers down, and you're going to feel more of the shoulder loop. And then slowly bring your arms back alongside your body. Let's just do it one more time so we really solidify it. Stretch the arms up, take a really big breath in, lengthen through the sides of the waist. Let the arm bones plug in so you can reach away to exaggerate the opposite and then plug. Stretch the arms over your head. Come through a cactus shape, bend the elbows, tilt the elbow tips up to the ceiling, fingertips back. Yeah, and then slowly bring your arms to your sides. Take a really deep breath in into the center of the chest. And a full breath out. 2 ways to come out if you have a strong core and you can sit right up without agitating your neck or your low back, do that. Otherwise, roll to your side. You can set up your blocks back toward the front corners of your mat. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Urdhva Hastasana. So stretch the arms straight out in front of you to start. And take a really big breath in, lengthen through the sides of the waist. That's our action number 1. Number 2, plug the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Number 3, from the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, press them forward as you take your arms up and back. Take a really big breath in and a really big breath out. One more, big inhale. Full exhale. Bend your elbows out to the sides into a cactus shape, and you can feel how you can accentuate the opening across the sternum a bit more. Elbow tips forward, fingertips back. Take a really big breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees and forward fold over your legs, fingertips to the floor for forward bend Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine and feel the back bend, the bottom tips of the shoulder blades pressing forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back for a lunge. Lower your back knee down. Stretch your arms straight out in front of you. So this is Anjane, but we're going to take the shoulder loop action. So big breath in, lift and lengthen through the sides of the waist, arm bones back, and then bottom tips of the shoulder blades pressing forward toward your heart as you take your arms up over your head. Breathe as deeply as you can. Good. Let's do it again here. So cactus, just so you can feel that accentuated opening. Elbow tips forward, fingertips back. Take a really big breath in. Exhale, hands down to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee up. Really working the descent of the right thigh. Take a full inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg as much as you can. Maybe you're using blocks on either side of your right foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen. We could call this an Ardha Parsvottanasana. And this is modified Parsvottanasana with the back heel lifted. Wait for an exhale to fold over your right leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen with this idea of really looping the blades on your back. Exhale, forward fold. And notice how challenging it is. Inhale, half lift and lengthen to really find the back bend while you're in this deep forward bend. That's the concrete. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the right knee, plant your hands and step back to plank. Now let's floss. So round your upper back and then hug the blades onto the back, plug the arm bones in. Really nice. Take a big breath in, lower forward and down, chaturanga. Come to the floor. Clasp your hands behind your back for a variation on Shalambhasan. So right thumb on the outside. Before you come up, keep your head down. Take a really big breath in and lengthen through the sides of the waist. Then lift the heads of the arm bones up. And now let the third action, bottom tips of the shoulder blades pressing forward to your heart, lift you up. Maybe you lift your hands off the butt and stretch them back toward your heels more. Take a full inhale. Don't lower your upper body. Place your hands for cobra as you exhale. Press the hands down isometrically, pull them back, lift up as high as you wish. Don't lose the 3 actions. Good. Back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen, remember, finding the loop of the blades. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. And just acknowledge the analogy of grass busting through the concrete. That must take so much time to make its way through, to crack the concrete, and then to make its way growing through the cracks, right? Like, so it's the challenge, or like when you feel like you're not carving out enough space in your shoulders and your chest, just know it takes time for us to counter what we habitually do all day long. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch the arms straight out in front of you. Exhale, plug the arm bones in. Loop the bottom tips of the shoulder blades to the heart as you stretch your arms up and back for Urdhva Hastasana. Let's take a full inhale. Exhale to cactus. Tilt the elbow tips forward, fingertips back. Maybe your head starts to lift up and back. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Feel the back bend. Exhale, step the right foot back. You're in that nice long lunge. Lower your right knee down. Anjane, but arms straight out in front of you. Big breath in. Lift and lengthen through the waist. Exhale, plug the arm bones in. Loop the blades on the back as you stretch the arms up. Bend the elbows out to the sides for a cactus. Last time we're going to work it this way. Elbow tips forward, fingertips back. Really open through the chest. Good. Stretch the arms up again. Yes. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your back knee up and straighten your left leg. It's a forward bend, so your spine rounds over your left leg. But we're working in a slightly different way. So as you inhale, half lift, lengthen, really try to find the back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Feel the intensity in your legs. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Yes. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the left knee, take a big breath in. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Floss one time, round your back, melt the heart, find the middle. Exhale, chaturanga. One more time, shalambhasana. Lower all the way to the floor, clasp your hands. Left thumb on the outside. Please keep your head down, okay? Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. It's like your ribs reach away from your pelvis. Exhale, heads of the arm bones up and back. Now, blades looping toward the front of the chest takes you up into your pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, land the hands in cobra. Take another big breath in, heart open, collarbones broad. Exhale back, downward facing dog. For a full breath in, full breath out. Deep inhale and a full exhale. Take one more big breath in. Bottom of the exhale, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and rise all the way up. This time, exhale, hands to the heart. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Lead with the heart as you fold forward. Listen to your breath. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step to plank or jump back, chaturanga. Your exhale takes you to chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Allow the breath to open you from the inside out. Downward facing dog for 3, 2. Bottom of the next exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen on the inhale, fold on the exhale. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, lift the heart as you bring your hands in front of it. Thumb tips root down, heart lifts up. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Exhale, chat. Inhale into your back bend and back to downward facing dog. And let the breath work on you, really from the inside out, as if it's creating little cracks, little openings, all in and around the heart center, all in and around the chest and the shoulders. Bottom of the next exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Lift and lengthen through the spine, forward fold. Inhale and rise up to stand. Exhale, thumb tips come to the heart, heart lifts to the thumbs. Last one, inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend and back to downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. If you need to take a rest, child's pose now would be great for 2 breaths. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen on the inhale and forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, rise to stand. Thumb tips to the heart, heart lifts to the thumbs. So grab your strap and we're gonna take, for lack of a better description, we've done this before, shoulder bra. So a really long strap is useful if you need to tie 2 together or tie like a bathrobe tie. We've talked about this before. So this strap, I'm gonna turn you to camera, will go right underneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, and then the tails loop underneath your armpits. You throw one over one shoulder, one over the other shoulder, and then they crisscross in the back. So you grab, and then you grab underneath your arms again. So strap loops around the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. You throw one over one shoulder, one over the other. They crisscross in the back. The tails that dangle down, keeping the crisscross, you pull them down and forward. So slide your hands far enough forward that your elbows are right in line with the sides of your waist. Pull the straps forward as you take your hands a little bit apart. And what this is doing, similar to the blocks in the beginning, it's pulling your shoulders into shoulder loop. Take a really big breath in and lengthen through the sides of the waist. And it's almost like you're a little kid and someone's picking you up from your armpits, decompressing the spine, lifting the ribs away from the pelvis. That's essential for shoulder alignment. So if you're slouched and you're compressed in the side waist, you cannot find the alignment in the shoulders. It's not possible to do it. So side waist long, heads of the arm bones back, which the more you pull the strap forward, the more the head of the arm bone moves back, and then bottom tips of the shoulder blades forward toward the chest. And the more you pull your hands forward, the more that's happening. Slide the sides of the throat and the head back. So as the heart moves forward, the head moves back. Let's take one more really big breath in. One more big breath out. Good. Release the strap. Unwind yourself and take a wide stance, Prasarita Padottanasana. So a wide stance, feet nice and wide apart. Yeah, I'm just gonna have you step off the mat for one moment. So feet nice and wide apart, 1 second. And then forward fold over your legs. So outer edges of the feet parallel with the front and back edge of the mat, fold over your legs. For the first few breaths, just let your head hang. And then even though, just like Parsvottanasana, even though this is a forward bend, we can find the alignment of the blades. So lift the shoulder blades up onto your back, almost like the shoulder blades were hands pressing you deeper into the pose. Notice where your feet are, where the weight is front to back. Make sure you're balanced front to back on the foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, and rise all the way up to stand. Keep your feet wide and turn your right toes open for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So you might need to adjust your stance slightly. Fold out over your right leg. Keep scissoring the legs together so the support for the upper body is there. Take your left arm straight out in front of you, so it's perpendicular to your chest, and turn your thumb up. Take a really big breath in, lengthen through the sides of the waist. As you exhale, head of the arm bone back, and then take the arm over your head, bottom tip of the shoulder blade looping forward toward your heart. Keep drawing your belly in and up. Take a full breath in. Bend your right knee as you breathe out for Parsvottanasana, the Utthita variation. So maybe you can bring your fingertips just right to the outside of your right foot. Maybe you have to get your block. Maybe the right forearm is on the thigh. I'm more interested in what's happening in the left arm right now. So keep looping the bottom tip of the shoulder blade forward toward the heart. Starts to feel like a little bit of a back bend. Again, if it's very concrete feeling, don't worry about it. You're patiently busting through that tension that is there. 2 more breaths. Excellent. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Root down and just rise right up to stand. Turn the right toes in. Step your feet together. Take a moment. Break. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Take your feet wide apart again. Prasarita Padottanasana. Forward fold in between your legs. Walk over to your right leg and fold to the right. Walk your hands back through center. Walk your hands over to your left leg, holding anything, thigh, shin, ankle. Come back through center. Inhale, half lift, hands to the hips, elbows to the sky, and slowly come up. Let's keep the feet wide. Turn your left toes open, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Fold out over your left leg, and you're using all the props that you might need. So if your fingertips don't touch the floor outside of the left foot, I would say grab a block so that they can. Right arm straight out in front of you, as we've done so many times already. Sides of the waist nice and long, especially lengthen the left side. Plug the right arm bone in and sweep the right arm over your head. Breathe as deeply as you can. So if we collapse in the waist, we're not supporting the shoulders enough. Here, you have to knit the front ribs in more. You actually contract the right obliques. You contract the right side waist to lengthen the left side a bit more to create balance. One more inhale. Bend the left knee and you're right in Parsvottanasana. Maybe you slide your left hand a little bit further forward. Keep spinning your tricep down as you turn your heart up. And there's all sorts of cues I can give you here. I just want you to keep focusing on the actions we've worked on. Waist long, arm bone back, bottom tips of the shoulder blade pressing forward toward the heart, specifically on the right side. Take one more really big breath in. This time, hands frame the front foot, which is the left foot, and come into downward facing dog. If you want plank chaturanga back bend, do it. And we all meet back in downward facing for a full breath in. Open your mouth. Walk your feet to the middle of the mat. We're going to take Bakasana, which is crane pose, sometimes known as crow pose. It is one of those postures where actually your upper back is quite rounded, but you're trying to do the actions of shoulder loop, as we've established to this point, even though you're in this really intense forward bend. So let's start from a deep squat. Feet as close together, knees wide apart. Good. And then place your hands on the mat, and you're thinking like your arms are chaturanga style. So you're going to slide your hands as close back as you can. Your knees are as high up on your upper arms as you can get them. Knees press into arms. Then you shift your weight forward into your hands, and maybe you lift one foot up, maybe you lift both. If you do get both, squeeze your feet together. Now you can hold here. For those of you who want to do a jump back, feel free to take a jump back. The heart moves forward. Yes, beautiful. Finish your flow if you're jumping back. Otherwise, you're landing your Bakasana, pausing for a moment. And let's do it again. So walk your feet forward, one more Bakasana. So let's do it, instead of coming from the squat this time, let's do it from a more elevated place. So for those of us who are not quite as open in our hips, some of us find it this easier. So before we came to it sort of from the ground up, now we're gonna come it from the ceiling down sort of. So place your hands flat on the floor, which requires you bending your knees quite a bit. Bring your big toes to touch right away, and you're aiming your knees wide for your outer upper arms. Maybe for your armpits, yeah, if you're really open like Tina just did. Now you're bending your elbows and shifting really far forward. The heart has to come forward. That's the shoulder loop aspect. The heart coming forward as you maybe float your feet up. And if you want to jump back, of course, jump back. Any other variations, you're welcome to them. Flow if you were in another variation. Beautiful, really nice. Good. Pull yourself forward to plank wherever you are and land on your belly. Prop yourself up into a sphinx pose. We'll take a thigh stretch. Reach back with your right hand to grab your right foot. It's a really nice shoulder opener if you grab from the big toe side of your foot, but mostly just focusing on getting the thighs open so we can do a little bit more shoulder work and some back bends. Release your right foot and switch sides. There's never a bad yoga class. I always learn something in every yoga class, even from the newest teacher, and it's because every little bit helps. Every bit helps to create these openings in the body. Release your left foot, and you can flip right over onto your back. Let's take an eye of the needle. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sometimes you get like breakthrough moments where you actually create a crack in the concrete and you feel like you could feel the sunlight and you can take a really deep breath, right? Those are special times, but a lot of times it's like you're just slogging it out on your mat, like, banging up against the concrete, like, when am I going to feel that thing? And it's like you just keep coming back to it, knowing, I think, that this energy is unstoppable and it will bust through, sort of help support those days when it doesn't quite feel as dramatically fantastic as it sometimes does. Switch sides, left ankle over right thigh. So a few breaths here, just let the left hip open. We're gonna head into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Now, some of you do this posture all the time, some of us don't. Tina and I are gonna demo it. At the very least, like, take a look at the video, watch what we're doing for those of you who are newer to this posture, and for those of you who do it all the time, try it this way and see how it informs your posture. So uncross your legs, place your feet on the floor. Shins are perpendicular with the floor. Now, I'm gonna give you a couple things that I notice all the time that are sort of trouble spots for most people. Place your hands in line with your ears, shoulder distance apart. Here's the first thing, shoulder distance apart. What is shoulder distance apart? For most everybody, it's center of the wrist, outer shoulder. For those of us who are tighter, it's wider. Go wider and turn your fingers out toward the outer edges of the mat more. In this starting position, you're looking to get your forearms parallel and perpendicular with the floor, which Tina's are. Notice that your low back wants to curve, so lengthen your tailbone forward. Good. Inhale, lift your hips up and press to the crown of your head. It's a light pressure on your head. Plug the arm bones back into the shoulder sockets. And when you do that, you probably need to walk your hands closer to your feet by like a ½ inch. Keep the armpits nice and hollow, that plugging in. And press your shoulder blades to your heart as you come up. Breathe deeply. Now, you might not have come off the floor, in which case, lower back onto the ground. The back of your head lands, you come onto the floor, and you'll take a bridge pose instead. Those of you in Urdhva, land on the back of your head as you come down. So you have to tuck your chin slightly as you land. We'll take a deep breath in, full breath out. One more big breath in. And a full breath out. Come on up again. So you're either doing bridge or Urdhva again. Place your hands. I think the pausing to plug is really important. So lift your hips, press to the crown, plug the arm bones in. You may or may not need to move your hands. You feel that out for yourself. And then really try to isolate that it's the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, the shoulder loop working here to open your chest. Good. 2 more breaths. And land on the back of your head as you lower. Pause to feel. If you want to just rest in constructive rest, feet wide, knees drop in, great. If you've got one more in you, bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana, come up for 5 breaths. Lift your hips, clasp your hands, press to crown, plug in, all the stuff, and we'll hold for 5. Make sure your breath is still steady and deep. Slowly land, back of the head comes to the floor. Rest with feet wide, knees in. Locate your strap, and we're gonna use the strap for Supta Hasta Padangusthasana. So you can scoop back on your mat, make sure you're comfy and cozy on your mat and hug your right knee into your chest. Loop the strap around your foot and stretch the leg as straight as you can. And what I want you to do is not work your shoulders so much. So slide the hands down so that the shoulders are resting into the floor. Let the strap do the work so you're not reaching. We don't have to work quite as hard on the shoulders here. It's subtle, but I think it's effective. And switch. So loop the left foot, stretch it straight, right leg is to the floor, inner right thigh spirals down. You're certainly pushing up into the resistance of the strap. Notice if you like this variation better than when we grab behind the thigh, or if you like the more extreme when you grab the big toe. All of those it's the same posture, just different variations, but notice which one you like. Release the left foot. Gomukhasana. So cross your right thigh over your left. We're going to just do a little outer hip. So reach forward and grab your heels. Pull your heels towards you. The closer they are to the ground, the less intense it is. The higher up, the more intense. And then let go of your feet. Left foot comes to the floor. Keep the cross. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right, and then take your knees to the left for your twist. Breathe into that space in the right side of your chest that you've created with all the work you've done. Come back through center. Scoot your hips to the middle, cross left over right, Supta Gomukhasana. Land the right foot, scoot the hips to the left, twist to the right, and allow yourself to flood the left side of the chest with breath. Inhale onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Release your legs, Shavasana. For those of you who can linger here a bit longer, please do. For those of you who are going to move on, hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your side and come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and lift your heart to your thumbs as a symbol of the work that you did. Acknowledgement that that tree, that boundless beauty, that life-affirming goodness that will not stop until it is expressed is in you all the time. One more really big inhale. Gently bow your head to your heart. Namaste.